What is good, Knicks fans? I want to come at you with another video. The day after Media Day, which is the start of training camp. Yes, we're a week away from preseason and a week and some change from the regular season. So I'm hyped. I'm pretty sure everybody else is hyped. And I want to go over a few things, just what I've seen on Media Day. I've seen every one of the Knicks hyped for the NBA season to start. Super hyped, just to play. And that's something I'm looking forward to. Just see all that energy that they've been putting out there in the media day, to just put it out on the court and just compete at the highest level and just compete. That's all I want you to do. You're gonna compete on defense and offense. Just compete and show us what you have right now. And I'm gonna watch every preseason game, obviously, because I'm a hardcore fan. But yeah, this team looks like they're hungry, like they're eager, like everything that we want them to be. They are, because we wanted to see them just play to their heart's content. And that's what we want to see. And right now, what I've seen right now is that at least Julius and RJ more than anybody, and Mitchell Robinson, because he spoke on it. Excuse me. And even Obi, he spoke on it. These guys, the guys that rely on point guard play more than anything, they're hyped for Jalen Brunson to come in and do his thing, because he's gonna open up so many things for them, and they're so eager to have a point guard consistently there. There's no knock on Rose. Rose was awesome, and Julius Randle pointed out that them two had great chemistry on the floor. They did. He took away a lot of the dumb decisions Randle would make and everything. He helped Randle out, and it made Randle look better when D Rose was on the floor. So having somebody similar to that, efficient and everything, is gonna help them crazy. And you can see that they all trust him right away, right before they even got to play on practice court together really that much as a unit. But yeah, this team look like they're hungry, and they're hungry to play with this new point guard, and hungry to play and compete, and that's awesome. And you can see that RJ and Jalen Brunson already have a fun chemistry. Like Jalen Brunson keeps snapping on RJ, or just like it's like he's like his little brother. He's just playing around with him and everything. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, they already look like they're already having fun. They're already comfortable together, and that's what we want to see. And and it can only get better from here. And one thing I want to point out that Jalen Brunson pointed out, not only him, Rose also. It's two things that those two separately brought up. First, I'm gonna hit Rose, because Rose brought up that accountability is going to be the biggest issue this year. And as he was talking, Randall popped in real quick and everything about that whole accountability issue. And it's crazy that he popped in right when he was talking about that. But yeah, he talked about just not having an issue with anybody says. Don't take it to heart. Everything's put on the floor. If it's on the floor, leave everything on the floor. And then after that, just like wash it off. Don't even let it bring you down. That's what Randall was happening with Randall all year. Like anything that happened on the floor, he just let it leak over into the locker room, into outside of basketball, outside of the court. Yeah, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to just, after a bad day on the court, okay, let me wash it off. Start over, a new day, new thing. Okay. But he wasn't doing that, so this whole thing that Rose brought up, and it was absolutely right. Everybody has to take accountability for what they did on the court and what they do off the court. So that was awesome that he brought that up. And I love what Jalen Bros. That's funny. Jalen Rose Jalen Rose. Wow, I'm bugging out. Jalen Brunson brought up about um, communication. That's gonna be the biggest key for him, especially coming into the new group. But overall, it's just gonna be key for this team because if he sees something and Randall sees something different, they need to communicate on what they see and see if anything they can do about it and everything. And maybe RJ sees something different also. He butts in and say, "Hey, this is what I see also. So what we do?" And it's all about communication. And defensively too, Mitchell Robinson have to be the biggest communicator on defense, and he's gonna have to help with that too. So that was an awesome key point he brought up. And I want to bring up one last thing, really, because this is the biggest issue I have with it's Tom Thibodeau. He said, "Look, as the Knicks starting training camp, Fournier is the front runner for the starting job shooting guard position." And Tom Thibodeau said, "We need shooting." Yes, obviously. And the one thing I know with Jalen Rose and R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle that we have on the court, we have to put shooting around them, and Mitchell Robinson. We'll pressure the rim around the rim and everything, yes, and that will force the collapse. And Evan has proven to be a sharpshooter and a half, right? So that basically, it's gonna be a lot of they're gonna put a lot of pressure on the rim. They're gonna break down the defense. Evan is gonna be open a lot, and we need a knockdown shooter. And basically, yes, he's confident in Quentin Grimes' defense, but not as much as in his 3-pointer as he is in Evan Fournier. But I feel, in my opinion, that 3-pointer is gonna come around no matter what. And it's not like Jalen Brunson and RJ is terrible 3-pointers. If they get the open shot, they're gonna make it more often than not. It's just Randall to be honest. He's the one with the shaky 3-pointer out of those three. But I mean, it's not like RJ is like miles ahead better than him right now. But he's been consistent, even though it took a little dip from the year prior. It's not that much of a dip that he's gonna shoot worse again this year. No. More opportunities, open opportunities, gonna make it better, right? Look, Fournier sets the franchise record last year. Yes, obviously. Quentin Grimes presumably will compete. Quentin Grimes presumably will compete for Fournier's starting position in preseason and in training camp. He played extremely well last year. His fierce competitor. He's a fierce competitor. He's tough physically and mentally. His shot profile complements our best players, two-way player. Those are posters. Yeah. He's talking about Quentin Grimes being that. Yeah, that absolutely. But he still feel this guy is the best guy for the job up until Quentin Grimes shows that he can be consistent from the 3-point line. That's what he's trying to say. Tom Thibodeau was asked several lineup questions, including Grimes and Fournier competing for the shooting guard spot. The coach downplayed the significance of the competition. It's not this guy, that guy. It's whatever makes the group function best. That's true. And let's say we're more fluent offensively with Fournier on the floor than Quentin Grimes because he's still in growing pains. He needs to learn where to be on the floor and how to play, while Fournier already knows how to play with RJ and Julius. He knows their tendencies by now because he's been wise to it over the years. Like I know, like he's detail oriented. It's all about certain things, certain aspects of how that player plays. And he can play better off of these guys than Quentin Grimes, let's just say. But I think Quentin Grimes would be great, although, even so. But I think it may be growing pains. We don't know. So, let's say Fournier may be better in training camp and preseason with the unit more than these guys. Although, defensively, I think that's not going to happen. And so we want whatever makes the group function best. So we want to take everyone's strength what everyone's strengths are, and we want to maximize them. The only thing that matters is what the team does, and so there has to be a willingness to sacrifice for the team. So you may have to sacrifice what you think is best for yourself and what we think is best for the team. Yes. Fournier acknowledged Tuesday that his defense suffered early last year. He said he allowed his offensive production on a given night to impact his defense. Yes, when he wasn't hitting threes, it suffered his defense. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's how he is in general. I don't think when his 3 points are hitting, in general, he's not gonna play good defense in general. I mean, he doesn't play great defense in general. It's much you can see it much more broadly when he doesn't hit his shots. Um, that shouldn't be the case this season, he said. Even though Fournier is the starter, well, whatever. It sounded like there would be an earnest competition for the starting role during camp. Yes, I would say that holds up true for everyone. That what group plays best. Tom Thibodeau. So I've never been one to get struck on who starts. To me, it's always who finishes, who's the best, who gives the best chance to win, who's at the end of the game and everything. And you need everybody. Yes, it's all about who finishes. To be honest, yes. And as much as if Fournier starts, Quentin Grimes can end up at finishing. But it also can go. Quentin Grimes starts and he finishes. Can go that Quentin Grimes starts and Fournier finishes. It's all about who's doing good that game. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go game to game for Tom Thibodeau, because he got so many people he has to look at, especially Cam. To be honest, he needs to throw minutes his way. As much as you want to increase Obi minutes, you have to give this nigga Cam minutes. Because if he's getting minutes, if he's getting minutes last year, he can do something on the court, especially for this team. The strength of the second unit will also factor into Tom Thibodeau's decision. Yes, because if Quentin Grimes played better with the second unit than the first unit, he may want to keep him on the bench, and that's gonna piss me off, to be honest. But that's true. If he plays better with the second unit, but I think he can play great with the first unit in general. He's exactly what the first unit needs: defense and offense. It's just if he can get his 3-pointer consistent. He was 38% last year. I know he wasn't taking a lot last year technically because he got injured for a chunk of it, and he wasn't playing that great at the end of last year because his injury derailed him and everything. But his defense is always going to be there, and he's going to get open shots. He always knows how to get open shots. So especially with this team that's going to break down the defense constantly, he's going to get open shots. It's all about his consistency, and I think Evan Fournier got that more than him right now, but Quentin Grimes got everything else. Well, I'll say Evan Fournier right now can put it on the floor better than Quentin Grimes, although Quentin Grimes has been showing, especially in Summer League, he has been showing that he can put it on the floor and create for himself, not only for himself, but his team. And Fournier can do that. It's just, if Quentin Grimes gets to that point, he got everything else better than Fournier. It's just the consistency from 3-point line, and that would just come with time, with repetition, and more reps. That's all it is. It is better to start this guy and bring this guy off the bench. How does that look? How does that make the second unit? 2 years ago, the strength of our club was our second unit, he said. Yes, absolutely. And if let's say you put Fournier in the second unit and it's terrible, that even if Quentin Grimes played good with the first unit, if he plays really good with the first unit, if Fournier's terrible with the let's say Quentin Grimes is better or just as good as Fournier with the first unit, and you put Quentin Grimes in the first unit and put Fournier in the second unit, and they suffer from Fournier being in the second unit. There you go. It's not gonna work. So you need Quentin Grimes on that bench to run with that second unit. That's what he's talking about, and that's true. But it's all about, we haven't even got a first practice training camp in, so we need to just see how's it gonna go, who's gonna win the starting spot, and how's everybody gonna play together? That second unit is gonna be important just as much as the first unit. So we need to know who plays good together and who's gonna complement each other better. Well, that's all I wanted to speak about. I'll check y'all later.